All right, my name is Kalea. I am a mom of five, and I have twins at the end of those five. Um, and before I started coming into physical therapy, I was experiencing quite a bit of leaking. In fact, maybe a week before coming to see Justine, I was chasing my dog and jumped over a small fence and completely peed my pants. And that was thankfully a one time event, but that's kind of how bad it had gotten. My C section scar was incredibly painful during certain movements. And then I had kind of a gap in between my abs, right around my belly button. And my kids even know I would call it my broken belly, and they were not allowed to touch it because it was just really uncomfortable when anything kind of put any pressure there. The symptoms that I was experiencing definitely impacted my daily life, especially as a mom of five. You know, you were so active and trying to take care of everybody, pick up children, even from babies to age 5, 6, still want to be held and sit on my lap. And um, it would, I would be nervous anytime that I would need to run after them or try to play with them in a rowdy manner that I would leak. A lot of times I would wear a pad just in case. And then anytime they would want to sit on my lap, I would always have to rearrange them. And a lot of times that kind of hurt their feelings. They didn't want to hurt mom. And if I said, oh, that hurts me, they would get upset about that. So it even impacted their lives, I think. So I'm also I'm also in the Marine Corp Reserves and have a physical fitness test that I have to take every 6 months. And then recovering from the multiple pregnancies and having to take that fitness test was very stressful on me, especially with some of my symptoms. I didn't want to train and make things worse by trying to prepare for that requirement. Um, and so by by having to take that, it just added so much more stress and much more pressure on my daily life. And so I was probably a little bit grumpier because of that as well, just the added stress, and trying to get back physically to where I needed to be for my job and also wanted to be for my personal health and goals. Prior to coming into physical therapy here, I had probably spent hours actually scouring the internet and social media for tips and tricks and exercises to do that could possibly improve my symptoms. And I do think that some of those helped, but they didn't help all the way. What I really needed was an expert to evaluate my body and evaluate what I was doing and really key into a personalized program to help me get over the issues that I was experiencing. Before I came into the healing spot, I had waited. Well, my youngest children are 4.5 years old now, so it had been 4 years before I sought out help, and a lot of that had to do with the time commitment. I think as a mom, you're so busy and so sometimes overwhelmed meeting everybody else's needs that it takes a lot to really put yourself first. Um, and so I waited until my youngest children were in preschool, and then I figured I had enough time to pursue something for myself to make myself feel better and to, ultimately that helps me be a better mom also. Um, so, yeah, it had been 4 years of dealing with those same symptoms before I sought out some physical therapy assistance. I think if I had known what I know now and seen, having seen the amount of progress that Justine made with me in a fairly short amount of time, um, I might have been able to work out a way to come in sooner and not wasted, years of my life dealing with the issues that I dealt with that did impact me every day. Um, and really reclaimed my life back a lot sooner. And that being said, I mean, even 4 years later, she was still able to help me. And I think, I'm sure, even if I waited another 4 years, she would still have been able to help me. But knowing what I know and how, like I said, how much progress was made in such a short amount of time, I would have made a bigger effort to come in earlier. So I found the healing spot by just an internet search of pelvic floor physical therapist. I knew I wanted somebody specialized in that area and not just a general physical therapist to help with my issues. I found Justine online, and I read through some of the reviews that other moms had written on her, and they were so powerful and really positive. And I filled out her questionnaire online, and her assistant Margot called me the next day and was so enthusiastic and friendly and kind. She answered all of my questions, and it really made it feel welcoming, and it made it feel like a really good fit. And when I came in to see Justine for the first time, she met me in my journey where I was. There was no judgment. There was only positive encouragement, and just really put me at ease with everything. Mm-hmm. So changes from before I started physical therapy with Justine to now. I'm no longer leaking, so that was a huge success. My C-section scar is not painful anymore, and those two are just huge. Have huge positive impacts on my life. I'm not don't have to be worried or concerned about it anymore. And Justine has really given me tools and kind of empowered me in my journey going forward. And I am incredibly confident that I can continue to make progress with the tools that she's given me, and be able to overcome some of the little things that still bother me about my body. The mom pooch is still kind of there, but I really think that I just feel more empowered and more confident, and stronger. And so it's been really a kickstart in my journey, I think. And um, like I said, a number of the issues have already been completely um, overcome. Um, Following the physical therapy with Justine, I'm able to go for a run and train physically for my physical fitness tests, and to run after my kids with no concerns about leaking. I don't hesitate or have to plan out the perfect time for me to go for a run, where if I were to leak, it wouldn't be an issue or a problem or incredibly embarrassing. Um, and then the the increase in my abdominal support and strength has significantly helped with stabilizing, just in my exercise, my fitness programs that I work on, as well as just daily life. Picking up children, and helping them do something, or and also getting ready for my physical fitness tests. They do require abdominal exercises. And so I am no longer afraid that training for those is going to further the injury, or make it worse. I'm confident that moving in the right direction now, and that those tests will, I'll be able to complete them a lot easier moving forward. So if I had a friend or a family member who was experiencing any of the same symptoms that I did, or any pains or concerns, and is on the fence or procrastinating coming to physical therapy, I would highly encourage them to come in. I had never done any type of physical therapy before coming to Justine, and also I had recently started some knee physical therapy, but before that, I had no experience with it, so I didn't really know what to expect. But for one, it's made a world of difference. And for two, it's really connected me to my body and what's going on with my body. And I love understanding what's going on with my body. So the physical therapy that I've experienced has addressed the root cause of my issues and not just put a band-aid on something, but it has um, allowed me to be confident that moving forward, I am strengthening my body in the right ways, that I will continue to be pain free, and will not have to experience the issues that I've been experiencing. It's not, like I said, not just a band aid put on to make things better for a little while, but it's a lasting effect. Um, and so, any obstacle, if a friend or family member is kind of hesitant on, I would just advise them to think about the long term, in your life for the next 10 years, 20 years, 40 years, and the impact that being pain free and having the health and your body performing the way you want it to perform, um, versus whatever obstacle they're struggling with, I think would go a really long way.